So yeah, I'm under 290. To see 290 or 28 something on the scale is good. But at the same time, got a lot of work to do. I try not to think about the numbers and how much work I have to do too much because at the end of the day, I can only take it one day at a time. And right now, my one day at a time is working well, right, for the past 14 days. So I can't really ask for much more. God has been blessing me with good sleep. Um, I've been keeping myself pretty busy, been pretty productive so far. I haven't reached like a state of like mind fog and all that sort of stuff. I still have really good clarity. You know, Sometimes when I'm water fasting, I go through periods of what do they call that? When you get aggravated very easily, get annoyed very easily. I go through that. Very irritable. That's kind of scaled down. I'm not a hungry bear right now, so it's kind of scaled down, and I'm just coasting. I thought about something. I know I'm water fasting, but in my mind, I'm not water fasting. I'm not eating. Like I don't even think about that, and it's a good thing because if I thought about it, then I'll be thinking about what am I going to eat when I stop fasting. As far as indulging, like what am I going to eat? Oh, it's so delicious! I can't wait to eat that again, sort of thing. I'm not thinking like that anymore. I've been preaching and I just got to do it this time. Come off the fast, brown rice, carrots, and broccoli with some fish or I don't know what else. Some lean meat without too much seasoning. Definitely without salt or very low salt. And the salt will pretty much depend on the blood pressure for the most part. And I'm gonna just keep pushing like that. I'm gonna keep pushing like that. I want a healthy heart. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to look good. I want to look good, man. I missed last year. Last year, I never really got in my bag. Like when you reach like that weight, and it's like now I can buy clothes for this weight to like go out and be like feeling myself. I never really reached that. I bought a lot of like workout clothes, exercise clothes for that, but other than that, I didn't really go there too deep, because I thought I was gonna go lower. But now again, a year later, I look at the pictures. I say, 220, 230, even 240, not bad, not bad. BMI wise and that type of wise, it might be bad. But I read something about like bone, is it bone density or bone mass or something? And I read that there's people with different bone sizes, right? So naturally, BMI is like a general ballpark figure where you should be, but it's not a one size fit all. But BMI is a range though, so kind of it can. Some people could say it's a one size fit all, but I know that I don't know, but I doubt that I would be happy at like 160, 170 pounds. I doubt it. I think I would look so bony, and I don't even know if it's sustainable. You feel me? So just thinking about things like that lately, and I'm just coasting. I'm coasting. It's a marathon, not a race, and I have a game plan on how I'm gonna win this marathon. You feel me? It's a lifetime marathon, though. So yeah, I'm making my plans to win that life. And if I can abstain, I know I'll win. Sometimes I think about this. Sometimes I think about that. I'm gonna abstain, but there's gonna be times when I am gonna eat something. It won't be like chocolate. It won't be like wine or alcohol or cake or biscuit or donuts. It won't be something like that, right? But sometimes it might be. I go to a restaurant and I get a nice steak that's like seasoned. A lot of salt on that thing, and I might want more. Will I get more? Maybe not, but maybe I want to go there again and again and again. And again, the name of the game for me at this point is beating addiction. So cravings is a very interesting thing that I have to try and understand, you know, because I think it's natural to crave food, but it's like, what's that level that's unacceptable? Thinking about it all day and night, can't wait. I think that's like unacceptable, you know? Let me give you an example. Right now, I'm not craving anything. Maybe I'm craving Zevia. I've been thinking about it. Maybe I'm craving it because like my tongue has like no taste. You know what I'm saying? The only time I get taste on my tongue is mouthwash. You know what I'm saying? So I have no taste on my tongue. So I've been craving Zevia, but I know if I start taking it, that's every day, at least 6 cans, up to 12 cans in a day. It help my blood pressure drop and all, but I just don't want to be addicted to Zevia. It's also very expensive, by the way. Like it's almost $1 a can. Sometimes you can find some good deals, get it 50 cents a can, but it's usually around $1 a can, or at least 75 cents a can. So very expensive, you know. And technically, it's something I can make on my own. Maybe not without the carbonation, but you know, just in general, stevia and some fruit. You know, squeeze some lemon in a glass, add some water, add some stevia. It's pretty much like equivalent sort of thing. Not really, but kind of. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be a stevia addict. And if the name of the game is addiction, I can't get too close to stevia. You feel me? So, you know, 2 weeks complete. I'm down. I'm down to at least 35 pounds, you know, probably 40 pounds. It's just hard to really think about it like that. Like, dang, 14 days, 40 pounds. But at this point in my journey, I've lost a lot of weight really fast, gained a lot of weight really fast, so many times. It's never about that. That's why on my videos, I try not to say I lost 30 pounds in 5 days. I try not to do stuff like that, you know. I try to stay away from stuff like that because I'm pro water fasting, but I'm kind of using water fasting as like as what do I say? Remediation, like a balancing act. Like when I fuck up, I use it to clean the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because when I fuck up, it's usually I gain a lot of weight really fast. So when I do water fast, it's to lose a lot of weight really fast. So it's really a balancing act, you know. Ever since the time I did my first water fast in the beginning of 2020, you know, it was because I had a holiday binge. So I want to start off the new year with the gauntlet, you know. Last year was the same thing. Holiday binge, gauntlet. This year, I didn't do the gauntlet, you know. This year I didn't do the gauntlet because I was tired of water fasting. But I did a 21-day water fast, a 21-day water fast, a 17-day, 16-day water fast, and now I'm on this water fast, you know. So, but the truth about this is that I'm doing it to mitigate fast weight gain from binge eating, from food addiction, you know. So, in a perfect world, I can eat foods that I'm not addicted to at any time of the day because I'll only eat them when I'm actually hungry. You know, there'll be them times when I kind of eat to indulge, but it's like the food isn't that, I don't want to say palatable, but it's not that tasty, or it doesn't have that stuff that gives me that dopamine hit to the point I overindulge in it often, you know? It's like, let's say I get addicted to carrots. Highly unlikely. You know, only time I ever got addicted to carrots was baby carrots, and it was really because of the dip. I didn't know that back then, but it was the dip, you know? So being that if I eat carrots now, I'm not going to use a dip, unlikely to get addicted. But let's just say I do. I can't imagine the addiction being that bad that I'm going to go eat 14 carrots in a day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I have 2 or 3, maybe even a fourth. But then you even look at the other side of that. What will happen from eating too many carrots, you know? It's not the same as eating 8 chocolate bars in a day or 8 pints of ice cream in a day, you know? So now when I think about all my binging that I went through the past, let's say, year, the ice cream binge, the chocolate binge, the rib binge, I think about that. I hated it when it was happening. I hate that it happened, but I learned that I'm a food addict because I didn't gain weight from eating a lot of food in one sitting. I gained a lot of weight from eating like 3 big meals a day, every day. I didn't really snack. I didn't really do all those things before. You know, it's just that every time I would eat, it'd be a large meal. I did not know how to eat small. And anytime I would eat small, it would only be because I'm so busy, you know, that I just didn't have time. And best believe there'll be a follow up binge. So I want to stay away from it. I want to stay away from it. I want to stay away from it. Broccoli, carrots, celery, just plain food. Rice, brown rice though, beans, no sugar, of course. Maybe a little bit of salt, maybe not. I never really heard, but I will research of diets or people going on. I shouldn't call it diets because this isn't a diet. It's like lifestyle. It's like the future. So I haven't really heard of people eating in a way where they don't add salt to food, period. I've never heard of it. But I'm so curious, like, when did it become that normal that we have to add salt to our food? Like, that if without salt, we have issues and stuff like that. Like, when did that happen? Like, was that always the case that throughout time people would, like, lick like rocks and stuff to get their salt because they need that salt? You know what I'm saying? Like, table salt, man. It's very interesting. When did we figure that out that we need that? Or is it just that we've been doing this for so long, it's in our genetic code that now we have to have a certain amount of it? You'll never see me take salt and put it on my tongue and eat it, right? But I remember when I was young, I could take a bowl of cereal, add a bunch of sugar to it, and I can't wait to the end where I get to take that spoon and dip in, get that sugar. I would never do that with salt though. But I did notice that there were times maybe I make a rib, right? I make like a ribeye steak or something, and it's like juices on the plate, and I look that juices up. I look them juices up. Why? It's because of that salt in there. Salt enhances flavor. So as much as possible, I'm gonna try to just stick to like herbs, peppers, cracked peppers. Even garlic. I think about garlic. I won't say I was addicted to garlic, but I won't say I wasn't addicted to garlic. I'll just say I don't really know. Like, let me give you an example. Onion. I get tired of onions. Like, I can eat so much onions that I don't want onions for a week. You know what I'm saying? But with garlic, it wasn't until last month, maybe that was 2 months ago, maybe last month, that I actually got tired of garlic. Where I said, I'm tired of that taste. I've been eating too much of it. Which was weird for me. And if I did use garlic, I would just use like 3 cloves, So, technically on this diet, I should be able, sorry, not diet. Yeah, we're going to call it a diet just for simplicity. Technically on this diet, I should be able to eat still onions, garlic, It's not like I take garlic and just go, that'd be nasty as shit, right? You can't even do it because of all the skin and stuff. I've been thinking about apples and bananas, right? Based off the thing I looked at yesterday. I could get addicted to apples, definitely. But say, how many apples will I eat in a day? And if I did overeat apples somehow, it happens, right? It could happen, especially if I exercise. Let's say I did overeat apples. Yes, it'll spike insulin and it'll cause me to store fat. But am I going to be eating that much fat? Or maybe I'm eating so much carbs that all turns into fat and is stored. It'd be something interesting to see. Bananas, I know I can overeat bananas. But if a banana isn't yellow, I don't overeat them. You know, if a banana is like yellow, slightly a little bit of green, I don't overeat it. So I don't know if I'm gonna introduce bananas and apples. I think I will because I don't really know how I'm gonna be getting my calories in. If I just eat a bunch of lean food, if I eat brown rice, it's not like I'm gonna eat like 2 cups in one sitting. Maybe I might eat 2 cups, or I don't know, maybe 1 cup over the course of a day. I don't know. So it's just shit I'm thinking about, you know. But meal prep will be key. Putting them in little containers and saying that's a meal, and I'm gonna eat 3 of these a day. Maybe one day I'll split it into five meals a day. I don't know, but it'll all be interesting. And the quest to stop chasing food and stop being addicted to everything. You know, that's my focus right now. That's my little rant. You know, that's my little day 15 rant. Getting a lot of sleep, feeling good. I try not to think about that. I still got a long way to go on this fast because the fast can end tomorrow. I might wake up tomorrow feeling like shit. But I'll leave it all in God's hands. I'm under 290. I started off well over 320. And there was a point. I won't say I was almost losing hope. I'll just say there was a point where I said, this chocolate, bro, this is just like the ice cream, number one. And number two, even when I stop eating it, why is it that the next day, let's say I don't eat it for a day, why is it that the next day I want it again? What is that? Even when I get sick of it, and I say, all right, good, I'm done with chocolate at least. Then I go to burritos, Chipotle burritos, or I look for the next thing. Okay, I'm addicted. I'm a food addict. I'm looking for that dopamine hit. I'm looking for my fix. I'm a food junkie. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept that I'm going to explore. You know, and the thing about it is, they say that everyone that's obese isn't necessarily a food addict. Then I hear something else where they say almost everyone is a food addict of something. There's people that are food addicts of coffee. They got to have their morning coffee. Without that morning coffee, their day is shit. They say that when they start off their morning without the coffee, that shit feeling that they feel is withdrawal. It's like, yeah, me, I don't know that I go through withdrawal without having my fix. I just get extreme anxiety. Like it takes over my mind. I can't think. I can't do shit. I start jittering. You know, I gotta go get it, and I'm rushing to get it, and I clear everything off my schedule to go and get it. But at some point, I said to myself, I made that commitment that this ain't gonna be the death of me. Not obesity. Obesity won't be the death of me. Mm-mm. I'm cool. I'm cool on that. Something else could get me. But for me personally, for me personally, this is no offense to anyone else. For me personally, if I die of stroke, heart attack, I'll be very disappointed in myself. If it's damage that's already been done and I can't fix it, that's, you know, it is what it is. But let's say when I'm after I pass away, my ghost appears. Like no one can see it, but like I can see me and I see my body, and I read the autopsy report, and I read cause of death, heart attack, stroke, what have you. I'm gonna be extremely disappointed in myself. And if that autopsy report goes deep, deep, in depth, and they telling me that, you know, it's because of, you know, old damage or something of that nature, I'm gonna say, okay, well, it happened. I wasn't aware. There's nothing I could have done about it then. But if I find out it's because I'm obese, right now, I'll be mad at myself. Because that means I died a junkie. that, that can't be me. Hopefully. In Jesus' name.